And you understand, maybe pick up your pens and write this down. This does not necessarily have to be communicated to the applicant. It does in the end, but not initially. My point is, it says there in bold print that if it's you made a credit decision denying the application, that may not have been communicated yet, is what I'm trying to get at. And that denial, that decision to deny, comes prior to them withdrawing, prior to any kind of notice of incompleteness. What you're saying is, I'm going to tell them no, or I did tell them no. Right? Now, why am I emphasizing that? Because of the letter B that's coming up about counteroffers. Here's the common issue. Let's just say Amy applied, and I say, Amy, I can't do 100,000. That's what she applied for, but I could do 90,000. And if she says, "Oh, forget it. If I can't have 100, the deal's off." Oh, she said, "Forget it. That's a withdrawal," is what I want to write down. Be mindful of that. Be careful. Look for those carefully. Loan officers commonly want to treat a counteroffer as, "Oh, I approve them for 90. But that's not what she asked for. She asked for 100. So what was the initial request versus what did I give them back? And if it's not the same, it's a counteroffer. Number two, if a counteroffer isn't accepted, it's declined, then it's denied. You're denying the original request. Let me say it another way. No, but yes to this. Now, Amy says, I can't do that. Then I'm back to my no. She's not accepting she's declining my counter. So if you'll notice, and again, we've tried to bold these things for you on page 3, B1, if the applicant declines to proceed, well, then you're back to a no. It's not a withdrawal. Make sure you understand that it's not a withdrawal. So what if they accept the counteroffer? Well, we really can't tell you what it is yet because everything is back on the table. We're planning to make the loan at this new amount, but possibly new verification comes in tomorrow and says, "Oh, I can't do this now. I'm denying them." Or maybe they don't get me some verification. So it depends on where you're at. But the whole point is, if they accept the counteroffer, does not mean that the loan closed. It says, if the applicant agrees to proceed, on the bottom of page 3, the last thing there, first line of that last paragraph, agreeing to proceed does not mean loan closed. It means we hope it is. We're trying to move that way, but for sure not there yet. So reset all of the actions. They're all back on the table. Watch for this, where loan officers maybe have had a decision. Maybe it's a loan committee that met, and then tomorrow I was going to fill out the adverse action notice, but before I got it done, they called me, and we talked, or I called them, and they said, forget it, because the decision's already been made. And that's the big deal that you have to know. When was that decision made?